It's gonna be reality, right? You're gonna get in the video game and it's real.
Yeah, you're gonna be Shaq. You're gonna be Kobe.
Right. So one question they just threw out there in the documentary, you'll hear it if you watch it, is how do we know we're not in that already?
I hate to cut you off, but I'm gonna lose control. If I can't get on the mic and spin me a verse on this here overload, never told.
When it's time to go and get the bag,
I'ma hit the road.
Just run the town.
I'm in a different mode. Kick his game overload.
Oh, Jay, Charles, whatnot. Make sure that light is hit me as perfect that it's hit me. I got two of these things. Why don't I just go grab the other one? I don't know. But oh shoot. Hold on. Sorry, Charlie. We're gonna do that again. It's the bloopers like a mud.
Yeah, we could do the little blooper reel for the credits or something some other time.
Yeah, pour this this off camera. See, YouTube, this is off camera. YouTube is funny.
Yeah.
And when you don't have a lot of people watching, you can do a lot of stuff. The more eyeballs you get, the more YouTube starts telling you what you can't promote. I mean, they don't even want people cursing anymore. Like, they'll throw you in the algorithm dungeon. So, like, for the million plus YouTubers,
I'm gonna have to watch my vocabulary.
I mean, it's just like, really, that's why I say OnlyFans is going to be like the next Facebook, because people can say what they want and do what they want, and everybody doesn't have to, get bucket naked. But so you can say what you want.
Right.
I'm always, I always remember like the Malcolm, how in the movie that hit me because I had read the book, then watched the movie as a kid. And I was like, okay, yeah, I mean, cursing is, it's just never been like all in my vocab, right? Because of what he said. But at the same time, I'm always around kids too. So then it's really like, it's certain words like you wouldn't want a kid saying, but they're not bad words. And I'm like, man, my vocab is, I'm Sesame Street.
For sure.
Yeah.
You gotta show the kids the right way, man. And I mean, really, it ain't nothing, man. It's all words, but it's about really the intention behind it. So, like with anything you could say the sweetest thing, but if you got like a cold, venomous intention behind it, that's some cold words you just said. You feel me? Vicious. Yeah. So I mean, and then you could be cussing, but I mean, you're not, and it could be the flip side of the coin too. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? So, but I feel it though, they say, people cuss extra, when they don't have the right words to say sometimes. You feel me?
Yeah, and sometimes they don't have the right words, and but even like when I'm sipping, I got some ginger beer over here, and even doing this, right? I got product placement. I mean, the higher you go, it's like, was that a sponsored ad? And so at this level, nobody's really tripping. But when people see me pouring off camera, that might be why, even if it's ginger beer, which this ginger beer is vicious. Like, I like ginger beer, but I can only take this in little spurts. It's like what the Rastas really made, but they started bottling it up, and I'm like, man,
that good, yeah, that good with the good ginger in it, man. Ginger is one of them superfoods they call it or whatever. Yep, but yeah, man, for sure. And for our product placement, of course, we gotta talk about Geared Up. You feel me? I got the Jimi Hendrix on fire right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just in commemoration of the West Coast being on fire right now. The whole West Coast is on fire if you didn't know by the news. You know what I'm saying? And got the town smoky. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so how bad is it there? Because my brother, I'm from the Bay, and he sent me the pictures. And just so you know, I see you. You're in full angle, but your head, if you don't mind it being cut off, I know sometimes I'll do a whole video. I'm like, man, my head was cut off. Are like in our first one, Charlie, I've got the up angle, and it looked like I had a big gut. And I'm like, man, I'm looking, fat, but that's okay. I can look like that, throw them off. But yeah, how is it, where you are in the Pacific Northwest with the fire?
The fire, man. I don't really. I gotta tell you the truth, man. I don't really follow the news like that. But like I said, man, the town is smoking. I think the whole state is smoking, man. And for example, I went out a couple of days ago. Nah, it was a few days ago. I took the last couple of days off, man, just because it keeps getting smokier and smokier. But it was to the point where, you know what I'm saying, the sky looked white. The sky is white. There's no blue sky. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you already know it's sunny and there's no really clouds in the sky right now, but the sky is white, you know what I'm saying, because of the smoke. And I was going to a job a few days ago, and you could look right at the sun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, directly at the sun, and it looked like a little orange, yellowish, reddish, you know what I'm saying? But it was like a perfect circle. You didn't see no flames jumping off it or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But it was like a perfect red circle in the sky. I mean, you could see it behind the haze.
Wow. I mean, that's like out of the movies. I told my brother when he sent me the pictures, I said, man, I look like out of the movies. That's the sign of the times. I said, America, it's feel free to come follow me wherever I go, because I'm not going to be the one. We're going to stick it out. I'm running. I'm running, by plane, train, submarine. I'm running and gunning.
I feel it, man. I used to really be on that myself. Like, man, I want to have a spot in Canada. You know what I'm saying? Canada, that's just what I call it, Canada. Anyway, I want a spot up there, man, in Cali, and then on, you know what I'm saying, on the East Coast, like maybe Atlanta or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, but now, man, I'd be more content just to wiggle around however, you know what I'm saying? And but as far as you can't really worry about anything. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't worry about anything. I have a little thing for myself where I just banished all fear, you know what I'm saying, from my life. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, you're always all right. You know what I'm saying? And now, I'm not saying that to be, ignorant of what's going on or just to be out there lacking or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, be prepared and all of that. But don't make any moves in fear.
No, you know what, though? I think for, if you came up in the 80s, I can't talk about the 70s or 60s, but I'm talking about the 80s, the 90s, and you used to walk to the corner store, and when it was, when you were off the porch early, you don't really have a fear. I think the fear now is, have I set up the family, and have I taught as much as I can teach? Because you start living for, a whole different purpose. When you got the army, you got the kids, we fathers, so we got people to take care of. And I've seen folks in foster care and in psych wards that I've worked at, and I'm like, the only difference between this child and other children are sometimes they don't have any parents, or sometimes they don't have the right guidance, right? So that's kind of where the fear come in. Like, I want to go jump on the motorcycle, but hold on. Everybody who jump on the motorcycle get hit. You know what I mean? That's part of it. That's what every rider will tell you. That's part of it. So why take the risk?
Man, I feel it, man. You already know, man. I'm the family guy, man. I got the kids, man. I feel it, man. Man, you still can't even worry about them. You just gotta let it go and know. You know what I'm saying? How they say, let go and let God.
Yeah.
You just gotta let it go and be like, hey, man, it's gonna be good. You know what I'm saying? Whatever happens, it's gonna work out for our benefit.
Yeah. No, I mean it's when you get in your head, and we were talking about, you know, before we had got started, like if you let the world's pressure get to you, and if it, you know, it can do a positive or a negative. You talked about, you know, with pressure come out diamonds, but you got to have your mind right and be like, nah, man, I got to capture every thought, like every thought. I can't just let people come in, because sometimes people will give you pressure, even if it's good. They'll say, hey, Charlie, you about to get some extra money. You about to get so much extra money, you don't know what to do with it. And that could even be anxiety. People don't understand that. Or you need to get some extra money because you got to pay this bill and it's coming and you got to figure it out. That's anxiety, you know. But at the end of the day, it's being able to juggle that and use that energy and use it for your good.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, you worrying about that bill and how that's gonna get handled and stuff like that. I mean, like I said, man, sometimes, man, we don't know how, man, most of the time, we don't know how it's gonna work out. You feel me? And that's what I'm just saying as far as let go and let God, because all you can do is the best that you can do that you know to do. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And then after that, you know what I'm saying? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Man, one of my favorite songs, Bobby McFerrin, Don't Worry, Be Happy. You know what I'm saying? He talk about, man, all kind of stuff, man. You get evicted, all of that, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it goes back to also kind of like the story of Job. You know what I'm saying? You could have it all and lose it. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The point is don't worry.
Don't worry, but prepare yourself, because I feel that where you going with it, but I'm thinking about some other people, right? Yeah. And I'm thinking some people are so not worried about it that they need to be focused.
Well, hold on. Because, see, you know, that's why you can't just take part of what somebody say, because, you know, I did say, do everything that you know to do in whatever situation, you know what I'm saying? Do all you can do, you know what I'm saying, with whatever situation is presented in front of yourself. And then after that, don't worry.
Okay, because I want you to preach on that a little more, because I'm seeing, you know, in the online, you know, online is fake and phony and whatnot, but it's a lot of people that are making some good money, but they're giving bad game. And they're telling people things like, you know, this is how you win, but of course you got to buy their course, right? Which sometimes that can make sense, because they might, you know, the game is to be sold, not told. But a lot of times I'm seeing people like with these multi-level marketing things, and people like, hey, you want to have residual income, you want to make money in your sleep, but hold up, Charlie, that person ain't even making money in their sleep. They trying to recruit you, but they telling you, you know, they telling you, oh, but you can make money in your sleep, and I'm doing it. And we all can make money in our sleep. I'm all for that. But if you ain't even doing it because you were trying to recruit me, man, skip me with that. Talk on that, man.
Right. You know, the game is to be sold, not told. You know, I you know, you already know, man. I came up in the 90s era as far as the rap music goes, so you already know, man. The game is to be sold, not told. But I don't know. I don't fully agree with that anymore. Just off the strength that, man, the game is free and everything is free. They try to sell you everything. They'll try to sell. You know what I'm saying? You can the stuff that grows off the earth, you know what I'm saying? They'll put it in a box, put a label on it, and sell it to you. You know what I'm saying? Anything and everything. But really, it's free. It's free. It's free. And it's already in you. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of letting go of the false conceptions and stuff like that, the false false ideas and stuff like that. And that might be a challenge because we've really been, when they say program, you know what I'm saying? Man, you know what I'm saying? So you got to reprogram, which means you got to take out the bad program, you know what I'm saying, and rewire that shit, man, the right way. You feel me?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I go, see what I'm saying? As far as the cussing, but it ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try not to though.
Yeah, but I wanna go more on this good game versus bad game, because I'm seeing so much of it. I'm seeing with the multi-level marketing, right? I'm seeing it with people saying, hey, if you want a high valued person, especially a man, and actually some of these YouTubers I really like, what they're putting out, because some of it is good, but then I see others take things and want to talk about, oh, but if you want a high valued man, he has to be this, this, and this. And I'm thinking, hold on, but you yourself ain't high value because you're not at the club. You're not at Club Core. You're not at the places where if you want to talk high value as far as money and class, you're not even there. And when you are there as a guest, or you are there as a servant. Like, you're not a blue blood, right? And the fact that I'm seeing so many people preach certain gospels. We talked about this before, and I don't want to say no names, but we got, so-called street prophets in our community, and they want to, hey, I got this many wives, I got this many cars, and it's that's not even the win.
Right. Well, I feel it. And this is my take on that as far as it goes, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all know intuitively what is for us and what's not for us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so like when you get hit with some of that stuff, you feel me? You already know, oh, man, that ain't for me. You feel me? So hopefully you don't pay it no mind. You feel me? And so it's really nothing. But then as far as it goes, like we're talking about people that do have some amount of game about themselves, right? But then they might abuse and misuse it from time to time, you know what I'm saying, on a personal level, you know what I'm saying, with whatever they're doing or however they're moving, right? And I think that's kind of what that's what you're touching on, right?
That's what I'm touching on, and I'm seeing it like where I have people around me who maybe they make, 800,000, but the house is $1 million, the cars are $2 million, and you think you winning, and you got the purse and the Ferragamos and everything else, and that's not the win. And what that does is that makes other people who are really in the hood struggling try to get those things, and they'll try to get a car like that or a purse like that. Credit ain't good enough to get the house.
Here it is. Don't fall for it. You know what I'm saying? It's man, it's a trap, man. We all know, man, it's the trap, man. And they got all kind of different kind of traps, man, for you. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing is, like, I know that I can learn from everybody and everything. You know what I'm saying? I can see something that's funny and be like, oh, that's something funny, and have an awareness and understanding about it. Like, okay, that's not how I would like to conduct myself and how I want to move. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying, they might drop a little game for you. You know what I'm saying? Don't just you know what I'm saying, forget about the game because of the other funny stuff. You know what I'm saying? Get what you know what connects, and if it connects, look into that. but don't get caught up in the other.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks are connecting with the glitz and the glam and even like who you date or who
All
you're
that
married.
glitter ain't gold, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that whole saying, all that glitter ain't gold. You know what I'm saying? You got to have some kind of discernment about you. Go if you're gonna go for anything, go for wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Don't. If you're going for anything, go for wisdom. You know what I'm saying? All these things ain't nothing.
That's what it is. That is the key. Because with wisdom, you can do all those things, and that's why he asked for wisdom in them scriptures more than anything else. So, you know, but no, that's good. And just to give people kind of an insight on this game overload, man. For me, Smooth J Charles is one of those people. We just start a conversation. We didn't say what we were going to talk about. We didn't say where we going to cut. We cut where we cut, and we go where we go, and it's a flow. And I know I had got a little bit of feedback. Folks had personally hit me up. Hey, man, what is this game overload? And what's that brother talking about when you ask success? He talking about Buddha and this and that. I said, look, like also he said, this might not be for you. This is for that person who they, either don't have their tribe and they don't know who to talk to and some of this resonates, or some of those people who say, you know what I'm listening to is garbage in, garbage out, and these brothers ain't even selling me anything. But all I know is whether I see the diversified game pop up or the Savell pop up, on YouTube, wherever you see it, because some of y'all are seeing it just on Charlie's YouTube. It's for you. Like Charlie said, if your ear perks up and you're like, oh, I can feel that. If not, if it sounds crazy, I know in my life, I tell people this isn't going to make sense to you because of where you're at. And then I say what I'm going to say, and they're like, you're right. And then I have to break it down further into their terms. Then they get it. But I'm like, I just got to tell you the way I need to tell you. Because people, we're weirdos, right? To some. We're weirdos. Like, what are you talking about? You don't believe in time, or what are you talking about? Just let it go. Like, Well,
okay. Here's one thing that I found. You don't want to try to convince nobody of nothing, and you don't have to try to convince nobody of nothing, man. You know what I'm saying? if you ask me, then I'll just tell you my view on things. You feel me? But I'm not gonna try to convince you of nothing. You feel me? The truth is the truth, and it don't need validation. You feel me? You just gotta check it out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But what was I gonna say about something, man? That you was talking about? I don't know. I said that and I forgot what I was saying, man.
It'll come back.
Yeah.
Short-term memory loss is one of the signs.
Oh man, it ain't. As far as memory goes, man, it's nothing, man. It's really nothing. Like one thing I did want to touch on in this conversation was, the nature of reality. And being real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, so what is real?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm gonna just float that out there as a question. What is real? What is reality?
Okay, that's a question for me. And again, I might be in different dimensions at times. I might be in the Twilight Zone, Black Mirror. But when they say, are you keeping it real? Am I keeping it real to myself? Am I comfortable with this decision? Am I keeping it real And the way that I'm around a whole bunch of Trump supporters. Oh man, you down with Trump? You voting for Trump? Be honest with you, nah, I don't believe in your political system. I think like George Carlin think he was bought and sold for. And because I've worked in the system in a micro way, right? But I've interned on the Hill and I've worked with campaigns. I think your system is garbage. So I'm gonna keep it real with you and not be like, yeah, I'm down with Trump, because I'm not down with Biden either. Right? And who I vote for is who I choose to vote for. And my vote is totally for sale, I tell people. Right? But it's keeping it real, not worried about being that you're talking about validation. I don't have that problem because I've never been accepted. And since I've never been accepted, let me just do me. And y'all can fall in line and be a part of it. But also your reality in one level, that might change over time. It might, it might mold to something different. And in a different place, you might be like, no, I'm not down with any of these political candidates because of X, Y, and Z. So reality is it's a state of being. It's where you're at, but it's being real to yourself. And even though my vote is for sale, I'm not over here tap dancing saying, who's going to give me something? I don't care. None of y'all are going to give me anything. The system wasn't even for me. It wasn't even meant for you to give me anything because they gave stimulus checks, right? That wasn't for me. That wasn't for me. If anything, with all this stimulus money and all that, that's not for me. That doesn't benefit me, but I'm happy for those who got it because we see Canada hasn't had a death in over a week or two because they gave, if our memory serves correct, their people 80% of their salaries and said, stay home. That's keeping it real. That's people over profit all day. That's why I love y'all Canadians, man. I sometimes feel like a Canadian. Canadians, I've proven this in Seattle. This is one of the things that in Seattle, it proved to me. Canadians are nice and different, but Canadian Asian women, man, they'll make you feel like the king you are on a bad day. I don't care if they 80 years old or 20 years old. It's just the way they deliver the message, and you can tell like that. Like, okay, you Asian, you talking to me just off the blue, you must be Canadian. You must have met one. That's why you laughing like that.
There it is there. Hey, yeah, I feel it, man. I feel it. Hey, one thing you said, man, when you first start talking about, what's reality and what's real, you said it deals with what's in here, right? Mm-hmm. Which is, man, that's the science right there, man. You know what I'm saying? What's in the heart, you know what I'm saying? And the heart is another brain. Just like your brain is a brain, you know what I'm saying? The heart is a brain. Your stomach is a brain. Man, there's more, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, but the heart is very important. But it has to do with the inside, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what's real. You feel me? Everything on the outside, you sense it on the inside. That's how you experience. Feel me? Mm-hmm. I talk about electricity and energy. So, I remembered what I was thinking before too. I was thinking because your boy was talking about the Buddha, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. How about I put it like this? What profit is it to gain the world and lose your soul?
Yeah, that ain't real.
You feel me? So like, you know what I'm saying? If you thinking success is to get all this, you're sadly mistaken. You feel me? So that's what I meant by awakening in the Buddha. You know what I'm saying? You got to seek the kingdom of God because the kingdom of God is at hand. But what is the kingdom of God? You got to figure that out, man. It's inside you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all of that. But anyway, going back to the energy, everything is energy, right? That's what Nikola Tesla, you know what I'm saying, said. You know what I'm saying? He created these batteries that, man, they go forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? The you know what I'm saying? Because the earth, you know what I'm saying, energy, you never lose or gain any energy. It just transfers into something else. You feel me? So, but anyway, he figured out a battery that don't stop or something like that. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I was talking about reality, and what's interesting with Tesla right now, what's the dude name? Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Okay, he's the new dude on the head of Tesla, right? Go check out a video. It's on YouTube. Elon Musk, the city of the future, right? The city of the future, and man, they go through a whole bunch of different things. You know what I'm saying? But one of the parts they talk about is like video games, right? And how they've developed over the years. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, they was real like crude, and you know what I'm saying? The graphics was real basic. You know what I'm saying? The little blink blink. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you've seen the Ataris and the stuff, but even the stuff before that, you know what I'm saying? The little video games, they was real. The original video games was like real basic, right?
Very.
But now we got like realistic video games where it looks like the actual NFL game, the actual NBA game. It looks like you watching the real game. You know what I'm saying? The graphics are like tight. You feel me? And then they got other little technology where you could feel it, the vibrations of different motions and stuff like that. Or you could put on the little the virtual thing. You know what I'm saying? But so we've developed from back there, way back, you know what I'm saying, no graphics, to now, right?
Yeah.
And what it is. Okay, so where are we going with it? So what they said, man, in the Elon Musk, the city of the future, they were saying, man, in the future, video games, and that's not the far distant future either. Video games are going to be so real, you can't tell the difference between reality.
Did you read that book, The Future is Faster Than You Think?
Yeah. But wait. Follow me a little bit further. Bit further. It's going to be reality, right? You're going to get in the video game and it's real.
Yeah, you're going to be Shaq. You're going to be Kobe.
Right. So one question they just threw out there in the documentary, you'll hear it if you watch it, is how do we know we're not in that already?
Well, we don't know for sure, but what we do know is we have more choice than when we do go in there, because there are things like The Sims, right? The video game where people have made millions of dollars and that they can't come out of that reality because they've built their world in that. And when you say that, think about The Sims and how people think, okay, I've joined, but it's the same thing if you've sold and joined Facebook, joined Instagram, joined TikTok. Now, many of your friends, if not all, are coming from this other world, not where when we used to be on the playground. So once you go into that world, and that's a Twilight Zone episode, the old one, black and white, and, you know, Black Mirror, you know, they try to take. We going to be in that world where if you come in, you might not come out and things are going to be different. But tap more into that where you're going. I'm just keep talking.
Well, what I'm saying is, how do we know that we're not in that now? You know what I'm saying? Because like, as far as like, you know, you talk about The Sims, but that's old technology. You know what I'm saying? Any of these video games you talk about, that's old technology. You mentioned Black Mirror. You look at Black Mirror, they got some of that shit, you know what I'm saying, that futuristic shit they show, science fiction or whatever you call it, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of that technology, they're working on that, and they have some of that stuff. Man, they're doing some of that stuff right now. You know what I'm saying? They got further on the Elon Musk, he got what is it? They call it. It's his brain chip, but I forget what they call it. Something link. It's the something link. But anyway, it's a brain chip and it's about. He said it's the size of a large coin. You know what I'm saying? And basically, what it is, they cut out a little piece of your skull, and they place that in there, and it fits in there flush. You know what I'm saying? So it's
I've heard about it.
Okay, boom, and then they connect that to your brain, and then they'll be able to hook you up to the internet, so you'll be able to access the internet in your head,
which you could dang near do almost already. So to answer your question, I don't think except if you haven't taken that choice, but we're not too far away from that.
Nah, they working on it. They already got it. Man, look up that video. You know what I'm saying? But they already got it. You know what I'm saying? In pigs, and they put it in the pig and they put it in the monkey, and it works. They can predict their motion. You feel me? And all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they can hook it up to it. And what they say, their goal is, you know what I'm saying, they can help people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They can fix paraplegics or something like that. So that, you know what I mean, they'll put an extra one in your spine or something like that and fix, you know what I'm saying, something. But so if they could do that, that's the good. I mean, we can imagine what else they could do with it, possibly, if it got into like Lex Luthor's hands or something. You feel me? They might be able to hit a button and shut you down or something like that. You feel me? But you know, that's just what they're working on for the future. But man, like I said, it ain't nothing to worry about. You feel me? Because it's all we're all spirit, man. We're all spirit, man. And
you can't control it, so you shouldn't worry about what you can't control. And what you do need to ask yourself, let's say there's a game inside the game, how deep will you decide to go? And because everybody will, you know, growing up as kids, and if you came up in the church, oh, I'm not going to get that chip. And now the phone is pretty much the chip. And how many people say, I'm not going to have a cell phone for that? And now they already have the implant for the hand. They've worked on it. They've, worked on it in Asia. They already got it. So it's like you say one thing, and we know Asia, Asian countries they don't practice majority Christianity, but that's not a real thing. Christianity is a made up thing your pastor made up because the scriptures don't mention Christianity, but it doesn't talk. They're not big into, the scriptures. But yeah, who knows? But again, yeah, we can't worry, but when is enough? And we'll be the old heads one day saying, nah, don't do that. Don't do that TikTok thing. That thing is, and kids will look at us like, what you talking about? It's just a game.
Yeah, it's the game, man. It's game overload if you didn't know. But yeah, man, you mentioned, you know what I'm saying, man, over in the East, man, they might be on some whole other stuff, traditionally speaking, you know what I'm saying, as far as religions and stuff like that. And you already know, man, I mentioned Buddha, I mentioned the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, and all of that, man, like I said, I came up in the church, man, so I know some scriptures and stuff like that, man. I still look up some stuff, man. Right now, what I'm into is the Apocrypha books. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The secret books, the secret teachings.
But it's no secret. It's been there. Is that I got one?
But they don't publish it in the Bible though.
No,
they don't publish it. You got to go look for it, and most people ain't.
London. Hey, London, bring me my Bible.
Yeah, man, I'm already knowing you're up on it, man.
But I want to show people what it looked like. Bring me my Bible, my scriptures.
But that's a bunch of knowledge, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of stuff that they was like that wasn't really for the general public. That's why they took it out of the Bible. You feel me?
Yeah. No, but talk about that, because if she can she can find it. I know where it is. It's high up. I don't know if she's gonna be able to reach. But those scriptures, Pastor Geno Jennings, That's the pastor I listen to, who he's one of the few on YouTube. And keep in mind, there's powers that be that only want you to know certain stories. There's things in there that he talks about, and it doesn't, sometimes the Bible will repeat itself in different scriptures.
Yeah, in a bunch of scriptures.
Yeah. And sometimes it will rephrase, but I haven't found anything that I can explain that contradicts. It's high up by the TV thing, my love. I believe on the right-hand side.
Oh, yeah. And because I know where you're going, because in some of them apocryphal scriptures, they have some of the same stories.
They have the same stories, and I don't even like what they call it, because, whether they use the A word or the L word is the lost, it's not lost. It was there. What you got to ask yourself, and what nobody else can tell you, is why did they cut certain things out? The same way in slavery.
Absolutely. The book of Enoch.
Man.
The book of Enoch. You know what I'm saying? That'll give you the real calendar. If you want to know what time it is, that'll give you the real live calendar. You know what I'm saying? Just like the I don't know, what is it, the Aztecs or the Mayans? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Egyptians. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
No, the brown one.
You was talking about the East. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? I mentioned Buddha, all that, man. I mentioned the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Man, I look into some of the Hindu stuff, man. I look into, man, all of the traditions. You feel me? And the thing is about it is that these traditions, the only issue I have with the traditions is that it's divisive. You know what I'm saying? Each tradition will say, hey, it's my way or no way. You know what I'm saying? Type of thing. I don't know about each tradition if they say that, but I know Christianity says that. You know what I'm saying? Islam says that. What is it? The Hebrews say that. You feel me? But my thing is this, man. These traditions are traditions. These are from different places, different peoples, and they're traditions that talk about the truth. That's why when you really look at it, everybody's really saying pretty much the same thing. You feel me? They're really saying the same thing, man. And because they're pointing to the truth. These words ain't the truth. They're symbols that are supposed to symbolize the truth. You know what I'm saying? So you're taking the blanket that's making the shape of the truth as the truth, but really it's showing you the shape of it. It's trying to give it to you. You just gotta, find it for yourself. And it's all an individual, everybody gotta do that for themselves. Nobody can do it for you.
I'm not here to crack codes but I am here to teach and preach, right? And what I'll say is, when you go to this book, this is the difference in these holy scriptures. This is not the Bible, this is the holy scriptures, because it got the full books in there. The books King James didn't want you to see. And you have to find out for yourself. And I'm not saying that I've mastered this, but what I will tell you is, this is what I tell you. In these books, I got to hold this book up when I talk about it, because when it hit me, it was like, okay, I get it. To Ethiopians, this book isn't new.
Come on.
And when you go to Ethiopia, and I'm talking about you, Charlie, when you go, because you're going to go, I'm telling you, when you go. So if we know that the first human, as far as we know it, was in Ethiopia, right? The first human, and they lay out the body. It's a body older than Lucy, and you got to see it when you're in Addis. So if we know that, and then you talk to the priest there, the same. Remember Operation Moses and Operation Solomon. If you guys don't know about that, Google that. But that's when so-called Israel came to rescue the other tribe in Ethiopia, and they brought those Ethiopians to Israel. That's a whole nother conversation. I don't want to go there. But if we know Ethiopians is the birthplace, as far as we know, of mankind, why would this book not be with them? Why do they have their holy priest or whatever you want to call them up in mountains that you have to be hoisted up there to get to? They're away from the world. Why did they not want you to know this whole book? What is in this book that they took out over 30 chapters? Over 30 books. And so when they say it wasn't lost. We just weren't put on it. The same way slaves weren't told about certain books during the American slave trade, because there were multiple slave trades, right, around the world still going on. So I say that to say this book will put you on game if you want it to. It can also kill you, because we know too much knowledge can kill you. But we gotta break that down, and you gotta see for yourself. And it's nothing nobody can tell you. It's just in you or it's not. Like, what am I missing? Because you could be doing everything in church. We knew that person, Charlie, in church. They did everything, but their life was hell. They might have been harming themselves. They might have been, who knows what they were doing. But that book is something different. And when you even go to a pastor with that book and say, you preaching Christianity, it ain't even in these books. You preaching women can preach, it's not even in these books. Oh, but and there is a time that women can preach. There is a time. It's gonna be the last days. We might be in them for real. But I just had to bring that out, because you can go on the Truth of God website and buy that book for under $100. Save your drink money, save your purse money, save all that. But that book, that's deep. And when you get to Ethiopia and get to ask them and see the real Wakanda, you're going to be like, oh, okay, I get it now. I get it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, man, but I don't know, as far as my studies go, as far as where the original man was at. You know what I'm saying? But and I really can't say I know. I don't know. But what it was, as far as according to the scriptures, is Eden, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's Ethiopia, then we're saying that Eden is in Ethiopia. But the only thing about that is that there's supposed to be like an angel keeping us out of there, right? Now, with a flaming sword or something that's keeping us out of Eden ever since, the fall and everything, right?
Okay, so when you talk about that, there's even what they call the scrolls, the lost scrolls, right? And you can Google this stuff too, but you'll find that in Ethiopia, there are places that are sacred. There are things that are sacred. Mortal Technique one time said, and I know what's buried under the what did he say? The pyramids. He was talking about El Aqsa. It's certain things, and if you YouTube and say, the sacred priest, you'll find people who they say they have the scrolls and nobody's seen them in years. Ethiopia. When you talk about Ethiopia, don't forget about how, everything shifted at one time. All these man-made borders, that's what will mess people up, because you're basing it off what man taught you, but man taught you to throw the flea flicker at you. He didn't know, he didn't want you to know where it was going.
Right. But check. Okay, so check this out. This is my little theory from my little research, right? That I think, and here, let me put this out here first. I'm a flat. I think the earth is flat. I believe in the flat. I won't even say I believe it. I know for myself that the earth is flat and it's not moving. Right? Okay, so it's like a pancake. Right? And It's more like a drop of water. You know what I'm saying? You got drop, and then different rings go out. You got different rings. You know what I'm saying? So our ring is the Antarctic shelf, the Antarctic ice shelf, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's surrounding us, a ring of ice. Okay. Then when you go to the middle, there's another ring. I believe of ice, yeah, and an energy field. You know, there's an energy field also around us. That's what we call the Van Allen belt, right? The Van Allen belt, right?
Okay.
That's the energy field that's around us, our world. And then when you go to the middle, you know, you got the Northern Lights, right? You got the Northern Lights.
Okay.
That, around the North Pole area. Okay, so you got that energy field. You have that energy field around the North Pole area, and then you have the energy field that's around us. I think in the middle is where we came from. We came from the middle, the north, and then and then came out from there. And we can't get back in there right now. You know what I'm saying? With the energy field that's around it.
And you base that on just the stuff that you've studied?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because when I looked into the flat Earth thing, man, and it all started with, I mean, it all goes to the whole nature of reality discussion. You know what I'm saying? Because back in 2017, the first thing that kind of like gave me the first little wake up, like, oh, what's going on is looking at the Mandela effect. I don't know if you're hip to it. There's something called the Mandela effect.
I got you.
Right, where things have changed, you know what I'm saying, and they don't know what happened, if it's an alternate reality going on or whatnot. But I started looking at that, and I was like, dang, yeah, I don't remember Oscar Mayer. I remember Oscar Mayer. Meyer. You know, my has a first name is Oscar. His second name is Mey. Yeah, man, I don't remember Mayer. It was never Oscar Mayer, but that's what it is now. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And so that had me like, what is this? You feel me? And then I just started looking into everything else. You know what I'm saying? I bumped into the flat Earth.
You talk on the flat Earth because there's certain discussions. I tell people, whatever you believe, it is. It's no need because there's no benefit to go into round, flat, when at the end of the day, you're just a speck, and that your life is like that, right? In this whole universe. So a lot of folks we want to prove this and we want to prove that. But what if we were in that video game you were talking about? And it is what you can see through that virtual set. And that's just kind of how life is. Like, we all know people who they could be further along in life if they would follow certain direction from grandma, from mama. You know, keep your legs closed. You shouldn't have an empty pocketbook and it be open pocketbook, right? Like old school game that right now might even be offensive to some. But I'm not going to even argue with you about that because I don't know. And I can't really prove it without using science or logic that you don't necessarily believe in. That's why going back and forth on people's like religion is like, oh, okay, you believe that? Okay, that's cool. Oh, you believe homosexuals are born that way? And okay, that's what you believe, and that's cool. I said I've only counseled many of youth who had some abuse, but I really can't prove that the abuse did it. I could use these facts, but you could also take some facts and say, you know what? But again, that doesn't make or break my life. So if you believe it, that's cool. Be in your tribe. Like I'm not gonna hate you either way. You agree with me or not? Because we don't have to agree to be civilized. That's what this country and every country that's fighting within itself doesn't understand. You can have your opinion. That's what marriages don't understand. That person don't got to agree with you. They don't have to believe what you believe. All you got to do is be civil and just hear them out. But most people won't hear people out. They just want to hear themselves talk.
Hey, man, I'm going to say it like this, man. You know, you can't wake nobody up to nothing if they're not ready to wake up. You can't wake nobody up to nothing. You know what I'm saying? Try waking somebody up when they're dead asleep and they're not ready to be woke up. You might get swung on, right?
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. Like, so I mean, why even waste your? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Wait, man, they're gonna be ready to wake up when it's their time to wake up. Everybody gonna wake up at some point in time. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't ready to wake up, man, it ain't, man, I'm not gonna disturb you.
Bruh. Try waking up a baby that don't want to be woken up.
Yeah, you know.
I remember, you know, my
Thanks for getting in the game and listening to the Diversified Game Podcast with Kellen, the #1 show pairing entrepreneurship with diverse and inclusive perspectives like wine and cheese, bagel and lox, fish and grits. Be sure to visit diversifiedgame.com for all the good stuff. Join in the conversation and discover more content.